Everyone, it's Shams at Mascara and we're back with another fantastic nail art video, and this time we are trending with the Milky Ombre look. So Milky Ombre would be where you would ombre your nail. Usually they would use neons and then use a milky gel to sort of cover the surface, and it creates this sort of shadow over your ombre. But we have searched online and we love the look of the milky shadow over the black. So we thought we'd share some of what we've seen with you because it's so stunning. It's like a seriously sexy look. So you've got your black background and this milky shadow like hovering on the top of the nail. So let's put a disclaimer out there. We're not claiming that we are the creators of this design. We are definitely just sharing in the trend and sharing what we've seen and learned with you. So that's how it goes, guys. We see, we share, and we put it out there, and so we all grow and we learn new fantastic techniques every day. So we hope that you're going to enjoy this video of the milky shadow ombre, which would be sort of more milky over black. Oh, it's me again trying to find cute names for nail art. But we hope you enjoy, and let's see what you come up with once we show you how to do this technique. But to start off with, let me just explain. You are going to need a milky gel. Now, you cannot really use a milky gel polish. Gel polish is a little bit too thin and runny for this technique. It's going to have to be either using your Supreme base, your rubber base, or you're going to use your boulder gel in milky white. So this is the milky white boulder gel. Now I still feel that you can add a little bit to this. So I would probably add a drop, just a tiny drop of Malibu to this boulder gel milky white and mix it in, and that would be ready for me to use to create my top layer. But instead what we've done is we've used the Supreme base and we've mixed it with a little bit of So Vanilla. And then I also added a drop of Malibu because, you know, you've got to like mix it as you go along. And then you get to this kind of like a touch whiter than your milky white from the boulder gel range. And it's not stark white. So you don't want stark white. It needs to be like semi-transparent. Like that's the best I can describe it. But you need it to be thick because you're actually going to rely on a lot of gravity for this design, and you're going to rely on the gel pulling away from the sides. So that's why we're going with like a very high viscosity. So a thick gel is the way to use, and I must say out of every product we tried, the rubber base and the Supreme works best. So let's get cracking with our design, and we're going to start by doing 3 layers of black over our nail. So as always with Black Jack, we want to keep the layers thin. So almost as if I'm doing a scraping technique, I'm like applying my brush in these short brush strokes. And then I take my brush and I smooth the whole lot down, and that just makes everything even. This is how I do all 3 layers. And I promise you, you shouldn't have a problem. It should cure perfectly every time, because that's what we get whenever we work with Black Jack. Perfect results every time. So just make sure the layers are thin and make sure you're using the correct lamp. That's also very important. So once you have your 3 layers all in place and cured, you're going to clean off your sticky layer. And then we're going to start with the milky gel. And this is going to be done in 2 layers. We're going to start with a slip layer, and then we're going to build like a reinforcing layer over the center of the nail. So the slip layer is going to be like a grip for your building layer that's going to go down the center. Getting myself all tongue twisted here. But we're going to do a thin layer, and this covers the entire surface of the nail. Once you've got that thin layer in place, don't cure it. Your next step goes directly onto that uncured layer. So we're going to start with the boulder gel or with your mixed rubber base or Supreme in that milky shade. And we're going to build it down the center. So we're going to drag it down the center. So try not to lose the little tail that you use to drag the gel down as best as you can, because that helps get a nice smooth finish, and also so that you don't get any bubbles in your build. So we're going to just drag down our gel, and we're going to try not to be too pedantic about it, because you can go back and fiddle with this all the time because you're trying to create this result and you want this perfected look at the end. But gravity is actually going to do most of that for you. So once you've got everything in place in the center, even if it's a little bit out of place, don't stress too much. But once we've got it where we need it to be, which is in the center, we are going to turn the nail upside down. And we're going to allow all that gel to pull to the center of the nail. So you're creating a very heavy apex doing it this way, exactly like the reinforcing technique is supposed to be done. And once you have that gel in the center, as you can see how beautiful that looks, and it gives you that shadowed effect on the sides, you cure it. So do your 60-second full cure in your lamp, and then you're good to go for the next step. So we are now ready to add all our little art finishes. So we could do like a beautiful foil finish, or you could do the transfer foil finish, but then don't remove that sticky layer. Just keep it in place because that helps those bling embellishments grip to the nail. But in our case, we're just going to move straight on to stamping. So I'm going to clean off the sticky layer, and then we're going to get our stamping plate ready. And in this demo, we are going to be using the Maskscara stamping gel. I love this gel because it's just so heavily pigmented and it gives me like beautiful results every time. So choose your leaf, because if you're like me, I took about 5 minutes trying to decide what leaf I'm going to use for this design. And once you're happy with your little botanical embellishment, you're going to pick it up with your stamper. And any excess that you pick up on the side of your stamper, you can clean that off with your lint roller, or you can use the simplest thing, which is a lint-free wipe, and just wipe the stamper off. And I'm going to transfer my stamp onto the nail. And there we go. That looks amazing already. And now comes the best part. Because of the stamping gel, I can re-stamp that design without having to go back and repeat the whole process. So this is my second stamp going on, and I'm not going to overdo it, because again, we tend to overdo things and then you lose the effect of the whole shadow. So if you have any little bits of black that's gotten onto that white surface in the center, you can use a brush, just a touch of acetone to clean up. And when you're happy with that, you're going to cure your gel for 60 seconds. So we're going to cure our stamping gel, and we're going to finish this with our top coat. And I'm going to use carbon because I'm looking for a seriously high shine. So I'm going to seal it with my carbon top coat. And once it's sealed, the beauty of the design comes through. So always remember, top coat is that finishing filter. So now you can see just how amazing this technique looks in the end. And the added benefit to this is that that center build that you did with your Milky gel just creates so much amazing shape. So I do feel that the shape of the nail, which is an almond, tends to be the go-to shape to carry off this type of look because of how we build the center, and the focus is in the center, and you've got this dark nail around the edges. So I do think that a stiletto and an almond is the best sort of shape for this look. But don't take my word for it, you could try any shape. I just love the way this looks. It's so pretty, it's so chic, and I hope you guys try it, and I look forward to see how you cope with this design and show us what you've come up with when you do your Milky Ombre looks.